You are welcome to Nana's Tarot and Oracles. I am the Nana, and Nana loves you. You have a home here for comfort and contemplation, hope and inspiration, rest, renewal, and relaxation. Your readings here will empower you to use your intuition to help you towards a better life. All readings are dedicated to truth and light, but cannot take the place of professional services of any kind. Readings are general, and if they do not sound right for you, they might not be for you today. Come again another day. If you like what you're hearing, please select the like button below and subscribe with all notifications. It's free. Share with your friends or family. If you have a question or a comment, I will try to answer it below. You are important to Nana, and I am so grateful to be speaking with you again. Today is February the 26th, and I want to start with showing you a diagram from the excellent Molly McCord. This is from her YouTube site. I highly recommend it for astrology. And she has started producing regularly these beautiful illustrations with all kinds of guidance for the current situation. This one speaks of late February and speaks to the inward pivot. And note here that it says 1,300 days since a spotless sun. I saw a picture yesterday of a sun with no sunspots on it, and that's the first time in 1,300 days we have had that, which signifies some waning of the solar activity and intensity. Many of us feel that physically. I know I get ringing in my ears. And also some problems with my equilibrium when we have that kind of solar activity. And so that is a good thing. Now, today, Mercury stations retrograde. And we'll talk about that more in just a minute. And then we also need to be aware that February the 27th through March the 1st, we have Mars square Uranus, which may cause historical outages in technology, transport, and energy grids. Keep that in mind. We also have, for early March, release and realignment, physical surrender. On March the 2nd, Mars entering Pisces can trigger the release of 2 years of stored physical tension. And then we have the big Virgo lunar eclipse coming up on March the 3rd with a focus on reorganizing small, manageable physical tasks to clear out energetic baggage. So that is a good thing. I will also point out here fated developments. The Sun conjunct North Node signals divine timing for new creative opportunities. What are you dreaming of? Remember, we have Neptune and Saturn in Aries. That is when Saturn organizes our dreams, and Aries urges us to put them into action. Although, as we look at Mercury retrograde, and what does Mercury retrograde mean? It basically is an illusion that occurs about 3 times a year when, from the perspective of the Earth, Mercury appears to slow down, and stop its rotation and even to move backwards somewhat. But that is an illusion simply based on the differentials between the movement of Earth and the movement of Mercury. This time it starts today on the 26th. It will end on March the 20th, but there is a shadow period of a week or 10 days afterwards where there may still be some effects. The most potent times are at the beginning and the end of the retrograde period. Mercury retrograde, you should consider those first two letters, R-E, retrograde, because that's what we need to do during Mercury retrograde. We need it is a time to reconsider everything, to review, research, reorganize, revise, but do not finalize unless you triple check. It is a time to be mindful that perhaps we should hold off on signing contracts or agreements because it may not be completely clear what all of the final things are about them. That's why it says unless you triple check. Sometimes you have to. But it's also, on a personal level, a time to retreat, relax, regenerate, recreate, and reconnect. Frequently there is difficulty with communication, so we have to watch our words. I'll try to watch my words today. You may have difficulties or glitches with technology, with travel, with temper. Try to be patient. And you need to be cautious because on top of the Mercury retrograde tomorrow, there is the shock potential of Mars in Rebel with a Cause Aquarius. These are not my words. They are actually the words of Elizabeth Grace, who is an excellent astrologer on the internet. The shock potential of Mars in Rebel with a Cause Aquarius squaring Uranus and Algol. Algol is the fixed star association with losing one's head, and that occurs at 11:20 a.m. Eastern Time. She says this suggests daring, groundbreaking, and or reckless action. Watch for it in matters of accidents, aviation, technology networks, firearms, seismic activity, and we have seen some increase in seismic activity. I would also say that we have the spotless sun, but there are two very active spots that are discharging flares that are on the other side of the sun, but that are just about to come back around the corner, and that those might start to give us some difficulty again. Something to think about. Now, in previous reading, we have been with the Inner Temple Oracle, Rebecca Campbell's excellent oracle. We have been meditating on and contemplating how we are in the in-between period. We are in the eclipse portal. And I had been moved to pull some cards, and the in-between was one. We've been thinking about that one. But I had also pulled this card, Chamber of Transformation, and we had talked about how butterflies go into the chrysalis and how they must completely melt and reformulate in order to become butterflies. And what a difficult transitional period that can be. What a difficult in-between period that can be. I promised to speak to you about that, and then did not get it done in the last reading. So here it is today. Here is the text, if you want to stop the video and read the text. For the Chamber of Transformation. You're not who you once were, and also not who you'll soon be. Now, and now, you're not the same person. Embracing this takes courage. Embracing this requires faith. We're all alchemists, shapeshifters. Transformation is our natural state, but if we're seeking a constant state of perfection, we'll hold ourselves back from the most glorious transformation to come. True transformation isn't pretty, but it is beautiful. It's glorious and messy as we expand and contract, expand and contract. Rebirth isn't possible without death first, and it's while we're in the fertile void of our becoming that we discover that what feels like a tomb is actually a womb, and in this moment we realize that we are birthing ourselves anew. The Chamber of Transformation card appears when a significant period of initiation is occurring. Initiation isn't always smooth, but it is significant. And when you pass through the birth canal of the transformation, you'll be reborn differently than before. It's a crucible in which we're reborn anew, right in the middle of our lives. This card can appear in a spread to tell us that our soul is scheduled to go deeper than before. It can be a beacon of light, inviting you to keep hold of the grace that's carrying you through, or it can be an indication that finally you've been reborn anew. I would say that's something to look forward to, even if the process is difficult. It certainly has potential. And so let's replace the in-between with the Chamber of Transformation, and we will spend our time until the next reading in contemplation of those possibilities. And under the circumstances, I thought again that we might do well to have a look at an oracle card from Sonia Choquette's Trust Your Vibes. What kind of vibes are you getting about all of this energy that we're experiencing right now? Leave me a comment and let me know. Our oracle card for today is Help from Beyond, number 20, which of course reduces to 2. I think we've talked before about how 2s are the number of duality and of choice. And this suggests a person walking around in a dark wilderness and seeing a light and stars. Let's see what Sonia has to say about number 20. Help from Beyond. Here is the text if you would like to stop the video and read it. Ask for help from your higher self, from your angels, your spirit guides, and divine spirit teachers. You are deeply loved and supported and encouraged to always call on that love, support, and protection. One of your greatest soul lessons is to accept and trust this steady stream of loving assistance available to you. This is not a time to push onward alone. Ask for help and receive it from wherever it shows up. Many loving spirit guides, angels, and earth angels are on standby, eager to help you. Take notice and let them in. And I also have the oracle cards from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle by Jill Pyle. She says, take care of yourself so you can shine your soul's light. All cards have been pre-shuffled. And our card for today is Sing. Singing is a wonderful discipline for many reasons. If you want to look at physical reasons, singing, vocalizing, even humming is very stimulating to the vagal nerve, which is one of the cranial nerves. It's the longest nerve in the body, very complex, and goes from the brain all the way down into the abdomen and regulates many of our automatic or autonomic nervous system functions. And singing is also a wonderful way to express yourself. Music is wonderful for expressing emotions. This is card number 45. 45 reduces to 9, which is nearing completion. So in the Chamber of Transformation, when you are nearing completion of your transformation, singing may help you to get through the process. When we look at our help from the beyond, certainly there's a place for, a lot of people say, whistling in the dark, but singing or humming in the dark, in dark times, can certainly be of assistance. Now, let's have a significator card from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck for Tarot today. Our significator card is the 9 of Pentacles. Here's another 9. We had a 9 with Sing. We have the 9 of Pentacles, and she is showing up in reverse. The 9 of Pentacles is a lovely card. Pentacles, of course, represent the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And they represent money, possessions, health, the root chakra. Presenting in the reverse position for the 9 of Pentacles, it occurs to me again that this might relate to being in the Chamber of Transformation, and perhaps this is what we are transforming into. On the reverse of the deck, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a major arcana card. It is number 5. Remember that number 5 is a number indicating change, but the Hierophant has a lot of other implications. It is a Taurus card. You will notice that in the upright position, this appears to be a high priest. Notice that he is giving a blessing to 2 people who are standing below him, and that he has 2 keys crossed under him. This is a card that is considered to be symbolic of institutions and authority. I have also seen discussion about how in certain times the church was the main source of knowledge and learning, and that one had to be admitted to these institutions in order to have the opportunity to learn. It is an interesting card to receive, and in the upright position, I would suggest that it indicates some degree of institutional or authoritative weakness, or authority or institution that has not completely established itself, or it might indicate a need for education and association. You will notice here the same number of people as the Three of Pentacles, who also appear to be working within a religious structure. It's an interesting card coming on the heels of a reversed Nine of Pentacles. And finally, here is the reversed Ten of Pentacles. So this is now 3 cards with Earth associations, 2 cards with Pentacle associations. Once again, money, property, health. And the Ten of Pentacles is a wonderful card to receive in the upright position, indicating abundance and also family. You can see there's an older man and a couple and a little boy and a couple of puppies. In the reversed position, though, again, this may indicate incompletion. Perhaps, once again, the Chamber of Transformation. We are transforming to this. That would certainly be something to look forward to. And once again, on the bottom, the Page of Cups. So finally, we have something that is a water sign. The Page of Cups. Cups are the water signs. Pisces, do you see the little fish coming out of the cup here? Surprising the page. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio are the water signs. The page indicates a younger person, indicates perhaps surprising news. And water signs are about feelings and emotions. So perhaps a surprise in emotion will be in the offing, but possibly has not arrived yet. These are very interesting cards to get today. Now, let's get a talisman oracle. Our talisman oracle for today is intuition. And the talisman oracle cards, of course, are embedded with sacred geometry. Let's see what the book has to say about intuition. Here is the text on intuition, and here is some of the enlarged sacred geometry. There's the second page of the text. I like to be able to stop and read the text sometimes for myself. And this is showing a scarab beetle. Intuition in a reading. You are wide awake and able to perceive a higher level of awareness that helps you recognize secrets and subconscious intentions. The intuitive beetle is using the third eye gate to see through the prism of distortion. The answers you are seeking will come from within, from your divine knowledge and inner wisdom. Your intuition will help you read people's body language and facial expressions if they are in disagreement with their words or actions. Allow time and space to practice your newly found feelings into words, but know that your present situation will benefit significantly from your keen intuition. The Talisman Power. Use this card to strengthen your intuitive ability and psychic insight. Meditate with this card when you feel your instincts rising in a tricky situation. Focus on this image to awaken your third eye and enter the realm of your higher consciousness. Rub your forehead gently and imagine opening up your third eye. The affirmation for this card is, I am awake and I see. That might be particularly useful when we are traveling in the wilderness in the dark. Now let's have a rune. Our rune for today is Perth, Mystery, and it is presenting in the reverse. And in the reverse, it speaks to unpleasant revelations and nasty secrets. That may be what you need that intuition for. But again, perhaps it simply signifies that you have not yet attained the upright position of revelation and rebirth, which would certainly go along with our chamber of transformation and our in-between time. Be alert, though, and remember that Mars square Uranus conjunction transit. And now, let's have a hexagram. And if I get hexagram number 63 again, I just don't know what I'll say. I Ching, Book of Changes. And our hexagram for today is number 20. That looks like a man standing on a watchtower looking out to me. Let's see what information we have about number 20. And in fact, it does say, observation. This sign has a double meaning. On the one hand, it signifies that you are observing something closely. On the other, it means that you yourself are being observed and standing in the spotlight. By observing cosmic laws, a knowledge is gained which affects everyday life right down to the finest detail. These laws grant great power to the one who understands and knows how to use them. Such a person possesses true leadership qualities by using intuition. Well, we've just been talking about that, haven't we? By using intuition and sensitivity instead of force. Use this valuable time to try out new ideas and alter those which have become outdated. Trust is created by your efforts to do justice to people and relationships and through trying to understand them in their respective contexts. Your open attitude will create unity and harmony in personal relationships. Now that's from the booklet that comes along with the cards. But I do enjoy using Benebell Wynn's excellent text for interpretation. So let's see what her oracle says. Number 20, Guan, observation. Here is the text for the oracle. Before you proceed, give the matter a thorough reassessment. A more complete observation of the situation is called for. Do you know your own merits and your own faults? Are you sure that you're entirely in the right? Are you sure that honor the gods and ancestors to receive further insight? Sometimes it is not the judgment that needs observation, but the judge. To contemplate the matter, go alone where you can observe the wind moving the earth. Nature will give you the counsel you seek. These questions sound to me like the questions that we are encouraged to ask for Mercury Retrograde. And calling on or honoring the gods and the ancestors certainly sounds like an encouragement to seek help from beyond. Think about that. Thank you for tuning in to Nana's Tarot and Oracles today. You make Nana's day. Nana hopes you leave a question or a comment below. Select the like button, subscribe, remember it's free, and select all notifications. See you soon with peace and love.